The playoffs are here and the Oakland Raiders are ready to go, and we're facing the Cleveland Browns this week, which is not a team I expected to see in the playoffs this quickly. Don't get me wrong, the Browns have improved their roster a lot, but I don't really think most was expecting them to be this good. Now, Eagles and the Raiders, top two teams. Here's a quick look at all the teams that make the playoffs, you guys, to kind of figure that out. Browns obviously being the 11th best team in the league at 10-6. Steelers were 9-7, so they didn't win their division, which is kind of crazy. And then here's a look at how the rest of the teams did in the NFL. Yeah, the Bills, the Seahawks, and the Giants were all your worst squads. I won't spend a ton of time on statistics, but I want to give you guys a heads up on how the players, or at least the top players, did in the NFL. So Tom Brady, almost 5,000 passing yards, almost 40 passing touchdowns, but shout out to Matt Ryan, 44 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. That's a heck of a season. On the rushing side, Isaiah was absolutely dominant, 5.2 yards per carry, 14 rushing touchdowns, which was actually third behind both Le'Veon Bell and Ezekiel Elliott, but he led the league in rushing yards as a rookie with 1,891 yards. But he had 3 fumbles. In the receiving game, Julian Edelman rebounded after, getting injured and having that little scandal that kicked him out for a couple of games, but 100 receiving yards, 14 receiving touchdowns, tied with Julio Jones at the top of the league. Defensively, the man with the most tackles in the NFL was Avery Williamson of the Jets, and this man also had 4 sacks in the season, not a single interception, but he was by far the best defensive player for them. Your sack leader this year, not really a surprise, J.J. Watt with 19, and just a hair behind him was Khalil Mack with 18.5, and in this universe, at least, John Gruden didn't trade him for what amounted to mostly a really bad trade. And your interception leader, there's a lot of guys with 4, but the top dog was Derrick Henry with 5. Only his second year in the NFL, but he's proven to be a really good player for the Browns. Now it's time for the awards, and what a lot of you guys care about is the MVP trophy. And I'm happy to say in his rookie season, Isaiah King Jr. was the MVP of the NFL. Your coach of the year goes to Spider 2Y Banana himself, John Gruden. And then Isaiah absolutely killed it this year from an award standpoint. We'll go ahead through them really quickly, but in the AFC, your offensive player of the year was Isaiah King Jr. Your defensive player of the year was Telvin Smith. Your offensive rookie of the year, again, Isaiah King Jr. with Lamar Jackson just behind him a little bit. Defensive rookie of the year goes to Rashaan Evans. Your best QB goes to Tom Brady. Best running back is obviously Isaiah King Jr. Best receiver, Julian Edelman. And your best offensive lineman being Rodney Hudson, with your best D lineman being J.J. Watt. And then your best linebacker, Von Miller, followed by your best defensive back being none other than Derrick Henry. Here's how it shook down in the NFC. Matt Ryan was your offensive player of the year. Your defensive player of the year is Nigel Bradham of the Eagles. Offensive rookie of the year is Christian Kirk of the Cardinals. Defensive rookie of the year is Roquan Smith. After he finally signed his rookie deal, the dude had a really good season. Best QB goes to Matt Ryan, surprise, surprise. Best running back goes to Todd Gurley with Ezekiel Elliott just behind him a little bit. Your best wide receiver is Julio Jones, no real surprise there. Best offensive lineman, Brandon Brooks. Best defensive lineman, DeMarcus Lawrence. Your best linebacker was Zach Brown, and your best defensive back was Kyle Fuller of the Bears. Now, as we queue up for the playoffs, you can see that Isaiah has 9 skill points to use. Yeah, not 1, not 2, not 3. You get it. 9 skill points for this young fella. So we're going to boost a lot here in the trucking, at least. That's the biggest scheme fit for him, and I want his power to be on full effect for the playoffs. Because look, we're going to have to give this man the ball a lot this postseason. We're going to need him to carry this team as much as he possibly can. And we're up to a 76 for his power back. You can see a lot of good stuff there for him. 6 skill points left. We're going to put about 1 or 2 more here into the power back spot. Plus 1 to carrying, plus 1 to awareness, carrying, stiff arm, and trucking. We go 1 more here with 78. He's now a 90 overall, by the way, which is insane. As a rookie, this dude has been incredible. All right, now we got 4 left. We're going to go to elusive back on this side. Hopefully we get something good here. Let's see, 90 overall there, plus 2 in awareness, plus 2 in break tackle, and then plus 1 to elusiveness and spin move. Let's go to receiving back here. Got about 3 left. 92 overall right now for Isaiah. The dude is literally on fire. Back to elusive back again. Now a 93 overall in total, 91 in elusiveness. Pretty good there with plus 2 in break tackle. And the last one, I think we got to go power. I mean, we need him to break those tackles in the short yardage situations. This man is now a 93 overall. First playoff game of his career starts right now. And with that, we are here in Oakland. Could be, the last time we see the Oakland Raiders actually in Oakland. As a lot of you guys know, they're moving to Las Vegas. But look, Derek Carr, we got one ask of you today. Don't turn over the ball. Give it to that man right there on your right side, Isaiah King Jr. Let Khalil Mack dominate on defense. Let Isaiah kill on offense. And Derek Carr manage the game. Don't turn it over. And this team should be fine and primed to move and advance here in the playoffs. Look at Isaiah, look how hyped up he is. Let's go. On the other side of the AFC, it's New England versus Jacksonville, so things are about to get spicy because we can be one of them in the next round if we win today. Now, this game is going to start with Oakland having the ball first, and oh, look at this. Cleveland out here showing a little bit of stack in the box. Isaiah says, let me run real quick, and the young fella only gets 2. It's apparent that Cleveland is not going to let Isaiah run today. They want to make sure that if anyone beats him, it's Derek Carr, because he's shown and he's mistake prone. And that was a big grab by Jordy Nelson there, giving us a first down after Isaiah got a couple of yards. Jordy Nelson said, don't worry, I got the rest of them. And look at this, Cleveland bringing the pressure in the middle. I mean, so far, the running game's not working, but this is not your father's Cleveland Browns. This is not your grandfather's Cleveland Browns. Well, maybe it is your grandfather's Cleveland Browns, because they're actually good now. And with halfback screen, Isaiah's out here in the prowl. He's gonna get hit. Nice little juke move there. What was that? A crazy little juke, ends up getting a couple of yards. Now it's a big 3rd down and 4 here. Cleveland absolutely came to play. Coach Gruden, he seems to be somewhat happy with the offense, but thinks we can get a few more yards here and there. So Isaiah's wide open. Instead, they throw the ball behind to Jordy Nelson. That one is incomplete, and we're going to be forced to punt it. Now, unlike the Raiders, Cleveland on offense, they didn't struggle whatsoever. And we're going to see if we can get something going, because now we're down 7-0. Isaiah with the run here, and yeah, met by Agba. Back here on 2nd and 9 on the 22-yard line. Isaiah finds a room here. He finally gets through. He bursts through a little bit. It should be enough for the first down as he has 13 yards in the game now. I don't think it matters how many times we run the ball today. It is going to be tough to get yards. I mean, this defensive front and the secondary and even the linebacker core, they are nasty for the Browns. 2nd and 9 now, Carr under center. Isaiah moving out, the ball goes across the middle instead to Amari Cooper, who picks up the first. Something we haven't really seen so far for at least Oakland is a run to the outside. So here we go. Cooper comes in, pinches the line. Isaiah looking for the feed, and just no one there to block. The left tackle didn't even try on that play. After Isaiah's loss there, it's 2nd and 11. Carr all the time in the world, perfect pocket, the ball is thrown. I think there was some holding there, but they say it's incomplete. Where's the penalty though, ref? Here we go, 3rd down and 11. There's a blitz coming possibly here. Watching the guy off the edge. This ball's thrown across the middle. This time, Jordy Nelson says, don't mind me, I'm going to catch it this time. No incomplete pass there as that one goes for a first. I don't want to jinx it. I do not want to jinx it, but Derek Carr so far, I got to admit, I'm a little impressed. Maybe that bye week actually did him pretty well. 2nd and 8 again. Safety coming up in the box here. Isaiah splits out. He's wide open. No one's even close to him. He's got a guy in front. Can he run him over? Okay, Isaiah, not the best truck in the world, but he's getting used to doing that now. He has power at this point. We moved on to the 2nd quarter, and so far, we still don't have a touchdown, but we're making progress. The team is looking a little bit better, and Isaiah, yeah, this Browns team has not let him go anywhere. They know the game plan for sure. 2nd down and 12. Can we finally get some yardage here? And not on that play either. This is a big 3rd down and 11 now. What are we going to do? We're in the pistol formation. Isaiah in the backfield. Got a fullback there as well. Isaiah looking to block. Carr across the middle with Amari Cooper, who somehow stays up. But the bad news is he's going to be shy of the first down. It's field goal time for Oakland. So the good news is the field goal actually went in. So we're only down 4. Carr again under center here. So in the 2nd quarter. A couple of minutes left. Isaiah again fights through. There's a good yard. I mean, that's a good carry. Good yardage. We just need a lot more of that and less of the other ones. 2nd and 3. Heavy overload to the left-hand side for Cleveland. Isaiah looking for the yardage there. He's going to get out to the edge. Look at Isaiah. Not exactly the carry he wanted, but still crafty and got the first. Every single yard that Isaiah's earned today has been tough. Like, there's been nothing easy about it. I mean, the man has just over 25 yards here in the 2nd quarter, which is a far cry from what he usually has. But something Isaiah has to know is that when you win the MVP, when you win the Rookie of the Year, when you lead the league in rushing, people are going to key in and make you their game focus to stop making that you actually get into yards. So Isaiah says, don't mind me again. And he says, I don't care what your game plan is. I'm going to keep fighting for yards. Now, Isaiah has carried this team into the red zone so far with that yardage there. Got 1st down and 10 on the 19. Going to a heavy formation with Isaiah trying to run, and okay, he gets hit in the backfield, still making a little bit of yards, but he's caught at the line of scrimmage. Ogunjobi with the big tackle there, 2nd and 10 again. Seen a guy move up in the box. Isaiah's going to try to pick up the blitz. His ball's thrown across the middle to Jordy, and Jordy has it pop loose as he's drilled on the play. This is a big 3rd down and 10. We're at a spot where we can't really keep going for field goals. This offense for Cleveland is scratching at the door, and our defense has played pretty well, but we have got to get real points on the board, and we got to do it fast. Now, Isaiah sees the need there. He's going to try to get the first. They say he's down at the 9. That should be enough for the first down. They say 4th and inches. So we got 4th and inches. They're going to hand the ball off to Isaiah. He goes through the middle, and Isaiah says, don't mind me. Coach John Gruden with a big play call because he knows big-time players make big-time plays, and Isaiah with his first rushing touchdown of the day on that 9-yard scamper. What a beautiful play call and execution by the Oakland Raiders. The first half was absolutely intense. It's tied up 10-10. This is a really tough game. We'll see if Oakland has enough firepower to pull it off here in the second half. But that defense, if they can keep playing like they are and the offense keeps it progressing, we should be okay. And we did solid first half. It started off slow, but Isaiah, as he started to get his carries going, getting some yards, things looked a lot better. But Cleveland got a field goal at the end of the first half, which tied things up here at 10. Now Isaiah out here showing off the spin move, says, don't mind me, I'm gonna spin not once, but twice to get a chunk of yards. Now Cleveland's defense looked good earlier, and now they're starting to look a little suspect. Now unfortunately, as we say that, Ogunjobi gets a pretty big sack on Derek Carr. So after a major loss of yards by Derek Carr there in that sack, it's 3rd down and 12. So Isaiah's in the backfield. He's across the middle. This ball is lofted. Cook has it and is poked out. I mean, that was a bullet pass as a first down, but it's going to be 4th and 12 instead. And Oakland's ready to go after a pretty bad possession, but wait a second. Derek Carr is not a QB. He's a wide receiver. Isaiah's a QB all of a sudden. Isaiah probably should never run QB ever again. That didn't work out too well. Now after that failed experiment, it's 2nd and 12 with Isaiah ready just to throw some blocks for his QB. Now a quick pass here to Carrier. Carrier gets hit super hard, and he's somehow alive. I mean, we gotta give shout out to Carrier on that play because the man got hit really. It was like a wrecking ball came through. It was like Miley Cyrus on a wrecking ball basically on that play. And the running game has definitely had its struggle here in the second half so far. So we're back to the passing game here with Carr under center in single back formation. Isaiah picking up the blitz, the ball's across the middle to Mr. Cook, and nobody is, oh my God. Put that man on Dancing with the Stars moves like that. You can feel it. The energy in the stadium is at an all-time high for today's game. They feel like their team is moments away from turning the corner and taking the lead. Now Isaiah's running out to the right-hand side. He's trying to turn it up a little bit more. He ends up getting dragged down, but he gets 7 before that happened. And if you're a Raider fan, you have to love how they are moving the football right now. Another big carry by Isaiah there for 6 yards. He's looking for a block here. He doesn't really get it, but look at how he fights through. I mean, that's all those upgrades we did. Get still about 2 or 3 there. So on 3rd and a single yard to go, you know they're going to try to run it. They got the best running back in the league. Why would they not run it here? So Isaiah looks to go through, and he finally does it. He gets through. His team is now inside the 30. The carries to yards haven't really been super great for Isaiah today, but he's got the tough yards. He's been putting his team on his back, and he's keeping his team in the lead, and most importantly, keeping Derek Carr from turning it over. 2nd and 8, back to the I form. Derek Carr again under center. Isaiah's kind of going to do something. The ball goes across the middle to Martavis Bryant, who gets destroyed, but gets the first, which is all that matters. That was the 2nd grab of the game for Martavis, and again, not a lot of volume for him, but he's still making big plays when we need him to. The handoff to Isaiah. He pushes through the line a little bit, gets about 5. 3rd quarter's winding down. It's coming to a close here. Under 15 seconds. It's like a halfback toss out to Isaiah. He's got one guy in front and can't get by him. No block there. Michael Kendricks gets a big tackle. So it's 3rd down and 7. 10 seconds left here. Isaiah moves out. Looks like a halfback screen. He's open. He outran his coverage a little bit. The spin move looks brilliant. He gets dropped at the 5, a few yards shy. And I think it's field goal time for Oakland. So that was a long drive for Oakland, and it unfortunately only got a field goal. And Cleveland had a similar drive for a couple of minutes, but they only got a field goal. So things aren't as bad as we once thought they might have been. Ball again, out to Cook in the middle. Cook's going to fight his way through, and he spins the proper way to get the first down. This drive has got to be a combination of chewing the clock and still finding a way to get positive yardage. So that means that Isaiah, who already has a crazy amount of carries this game, with no fumbles, mind you, he's got to get the ball and just drive this team down the field. The time of possession, all those things do not matter unless we get a touchdown. Field goals cannot be the answer here. It has got to be 7 points on the board for Oakland. With all the time in the world, he's got Isaiah. He's going to throw it. Isaiah just somersaults and punts the ball out of the stadium. This is a big moment here. 3rd down and 8, arguably the biggest play or the biggest part of the drive. Carr across the middle. He's finding Martavis Bryant. His 3rd catch of the game is a beautiful one, hitting him in stride. The drive is rolling, the clock is ticking, and that is what matters right now for Oakland. Cleveland's got to be feeling a little pressure as that defense is getting a little tired. Now Isaiah goes to run, makes a misstep, and only gets a yard. 28 carries on the game. 2nd and 9 now. Looks like a lot of pressure from Cleveland's possibly coming here. And the pressure comes off the edge. Myles Garrett with his first sack of the game stops Carr in his tracks. This is it. Hold on to your butts. 3rd down and 15. Cleveland's going to send some pressure here. Carr again pressure. Carr drops back. It's out of the pocket. And Myles Garrett with back-to-back sacks on this drive to force 4th and 25. Now our defense does a really good job, and we hold Cleveland way back in their own territory, which in theory, unless this punt goes a zillion miles behind us, should give us really good field position. So with 2:25 in the clock, Cleveland's going to haul back and punt one. It's a sky-high punt, and oh man, talk about good field position. We got the ball at the 49. And it looks like Coach John Gruden is back up to the old tricks. We ran this play once earlier today, and it didn't really work, but he's going to the Wildcat with Isaiah. He says, look, we're putting our best player in position to go, and Isaiah's out here running. Look at this dude, super fast, catching up to him. He says, get out of here. The double juke almost works, and he now is over 100 yards after that monster carry. Say what you will about Coach John Gruden. The dude may not be the best in making trades or managing a team, but that was a heck of a play call right there. So back to the run here. Cleveland's going to stuff Isaiah, but look, we're right in field goal territory on Isaiah's 30th carry of the game. Coach Gruden has instructed the offense to look, chew the clock right now. Cleveland's not using their timeouts. They're hoping they can do something here, but we got to try to milk the clock and get this first down. Now, Cleveland has a player get quote-unquote injured that play, which stops the clock without making them use a timeout. So we're back here stuck. The ball goes to Martavis. Fourth catch of the game, gets the first down. That's exactly what we needed. One timeout left for Cleveland. We just don't need to pass the ball right now. Hold on to the ball. No one fumble. No one turn it over. We just got to walk out here with the field goal. We can get this W and advance in the playoffs. So the ball's pitched out to Isaiah. He's trying to get to the edge. It looks like they're going to say there might be holding on the play, judging by how mad Coach Gruden is. This one's not going to be good for us.
Holding offense.
And exactly like we thought, not very good. Coach Gruden was pretty livid. We have a good kicker. Don't get me wrong. We have a good kicker. But the further back you go, the scarier things get. So back to the running game. Isaiah looking to get some yards back. He says, don't mind me. I got whatever yards you got for the penalty and then some. This team has used Isaiah so much. We're talking 30-plus carries in his first playoff game, on top of setting a record for the team for most carries in a season. This is a tough game, and it's putting a lot of wear and tear on the young fella's body. So we're bringing the clock down here. 3rd down and 10. Derek Carr into center. Ball handed off to Isaiah. He's going through the middle. He's going to break through that tackle. He is going to be dropped. And we're going to call a timeout left with about 13 seconds just to make sure we get the field goal off in time and we don't feel rushed. And just like that, look, the Cleveland Browns, give them props. They got to the playoffs, so no one thought they would do it. They were 0-16, then they turned into 10-6. A good team and a good effort. But Isaiah King Jr. carried this squad again and again today with a record amount of carries. Recapping the stats today, Derek Carr, 15 of 21, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but really, as long as he didn't turn the ball over, I knew we had a shot today. And Tyrod Taylor, give him props. 15 of 28, 150 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interceptions. He played his heart out, but it wasn't enough. Through the air, yards were tough to come by today, but Isaiah said, give me the ball 34 times, watch us win. 130 yards, 34 attempts, 1 touchdown, not the best yards per carry, but he didn't fumble it and he put the team on his back. In the air, our biggest weakness for our defense was David Njoku. 7 catches for 46 yards, Jarvis Landry 5 for 65 with a big touchdown for Cleveland. But our squad has some clutch people, Martavis Bryant, Isaiah King Jr., and Jordy Nelson, big catches in big situations. So the Raiders have done it. They've knocked off the Browns, they're advancing in the playoffs, but who are they going to play? Jacksonville? New England? It's a tough test. We'll see what they do next week with Isaiah. His body's going to be hurt. That's a lot of carries, but if you ask me, I think the young fella is up for the test of whoever he plays in the AFC Championship.